Hello, fellow homeschoolers and guitar friends. Welcome to a new episode of Homeschooling Homework, and I hope you're all doing fine. Today I'm totally in the mood for playing acoustic guitar, and so I looked through some of Uncle Larry's acoustic videos, and I found this one, which is Homeschooling Bonus with title Pulled into Nazareth, which is clearly kind of an innuendo to Martin acoustic guitars, and in Tom's description he's writing that he's still amazed by his wonderful old Martin, and I totally can relate to that because this Martin D28 was actually my first real acoustic guitar, good guitar. Because when I started playing, I was mainly an acoustic guitarist, and just the last couple of years I really started playing electric guitar and getting more into this world. But probably the first 20 years of my playing guitar life I spent on the acoustic, and I was fascinated by fingerstyle guitar, above all Tommy Emmanuel. He was my big idol in former times. He still is, but I think sometimes when you develop as a guitarist, you find other cool influences, and so Tommy Emmanuel is, in the meanwhile, he's not my main focus anymore, but he was for many years. And I tried to figure out how he does the incredible things he's doing on the guitar. But okay. Yeah, so I totally can relate to that Martin theme, and I'm still happy with this guitar. Okay, but so far so good. I want to share this with you, and as most of the time I'm not playing it exactly and note for note as Tom, like the original from Tom, and I explained that sometimes before. It doesn't always make sense to play things note for note. I think it's much more about getting new influences, getting new ideas and concepts, some cool riffs. But I think above all should be that you develop as a musician, find your own voice and your own way, and not ending as a copycat. Okay, so it's all about that G7 chord, and I'd recommend starting with this, getting this chord into your hand, and getting this rhythm in your right hand above all. So the chord is in tab notation, it's 3x 0 0 3 1. And as you see, I do it with my ring finger on the low E string, so I'm kind of automatically muting the A string because we don't want it here. And then I have my pinky on the 3rd fret on the B string and my index finger on the 1st fret of the high E string. Yeah, as I said, I'd recommend practicing this rhythm a little bit. It makes it much easier later when you're playing some embellishment. So I would recommend starting like this. And so on. Okay, and when you feel safe with this, then I would start figuring out the rest of this song. Okay, so Tom's starting like this, with this a little line here, which is simply A string 3rd fret, a hammer onto the 5th, then D string 3rd fret, and the open G string. Okay, and then he goes into this G7 chord. And sure, he's making little embellishments here. So, for example, this one. So what's this? We're here on this G7. Then we're playing the B string, pinky is here on the 3rd fret, and then sliding with your index finger on the B string from the 2nd to the 1st fret, and then pinky goes to 3rd fret on the G string now, and then the open G string. Then again. So on and so on. And then there's a wonderful little part in this song that goes like this. So what it is? We're starting here with, I do it like this, middle finger on the A string 7th fret and my ring finger on the D string 7th fret, and the rest we can use the open strings here. What I'm doing here is playing G string, so open G string, then D string, here we are on the 7th fret, and then the open B string. And then we're playing pretty much the same the whole time, but what changes is the bass note here. So next one, we're going with our index finger to the A string 6th fret. Our ring finger stays on the 5th fret on the D string, and we play pretty much the same. As you see, I do it like this. I play the bass note, then another downstroke where I'm hitting these open sounding strings, and then okay, yeah, then another half step lower on the A string, so we're going with our index finger to the 5th fret, and we're ending another half step lower on the A string. What I'm doing here is, because my hands aren't that big, I'm going with my index finger on the A string 4th fret, and now with my pinky on the 7th fret of the D string. And again, the same pattern. And nice sounding is the open E string here. And maybe if you know the original from Tom, you noticed that I'm playing a little embellishment here that he doesn't, and this one's like this. I thought it would be a nice idea to in this part to play this little melody here, which is like this. it's exactly what I've shown you before. But now we want to add this little melody here, which is simply B string, 7th fret, 8th fret, and then open. And for this purpose here, I'm using other fingers than I showed you before. Here I'm starting with index finger, middle finger, as you can see, on the 7th fret, A and D string. So I have my ring finger and my pinky free for this melody. And I have a little time when I'm playing the open B string to go into the next chord. So in this case, I'm just sliding with my index finger to the A string, 6th fret. Again, this little melody. Now the open string, and I'm going with my index finger to the 5th fret of the A string. And at the end, I'm ending like this. Okay. And what we can add here, is this F chord at the end. Which I'm doing like this. I'm using my thumb here for the bass note. So 1st fret of the low E string, then ring finger and pinky, 3rd fret, A and D string. Then I have the open G string and my index finger, 1st fret of the B string, and the open high E string as well. And you can add your middle finger here on the 2nd fret of the D string. And the 2nd chord, which is simply, it's an F sharp minor chord, I would say. This one's 2x 0 2 0 0. But you can add the 1st fret of the B string here. I do it with my index finger. Yeah. And then again. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So you can put these ideas together as you like. I think it sounds really great, and it's a nice little snippet by Tom. Okay, so I hope this was slow enough and clear enough for you. Wish you a lot of fun playing this. Maybe you're in an acoustic mood as well. Winter's quite inviting for this. And yeah, if you think I earned your subscription, that would make me happy. So I wish you the best. Have a nice weekend and see you soon. Bye.